In this video tutorial, I will be crocheting the triple colored element made in freeform technique. For work you need 3 colors of yarn and a crochet hook. Begin the work. Make a chain of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And join the chain in the round by making a slip stitch into the first chain stitch. Begin round 1, chain to bring up the yarn, and 2 more chains. Make 3 double crochet into the ring. 1, 2 and 3. Then a chain of 2 and single crochet into the ring. The first petal is made. Continue, chain of 2 and 3 double crochet into the ring. 1, 2 and 3, chain 2 and single crochet into the ring. The second petal is done. You should make such 3 petals. In total it should be 5 of them. Once we have done 5 petals, now I will join the other color of yarn. For this, complete this round, insert the hook into the first chain stitch at the beginning of this round. Take the other color of yarn, pull it through by making a slip stitch. Continue working, make a chain to bring up the yarn, then a chain of 3 by pattern, 1, 2, 3. I will be working with front post single crochet. Now I will be working with back post single crochet. Make back post single crochet around the single crochet of the previous round. Insert the hook from the back to the front around the single crochet, pull up a loop, pull through 2 loops to finish back post single crochet. Make a chain of 3. Here is single crochet of the previous round. Insert the hook from the back to the front around the single crochet of the previous round. Pull up a loop, pull through 2 loops, chain 3 and make back post single crochet around the single crochet of the previous round. Continue working in this way till the end of this round. I am about to complete this round. I made 3 chain space and now make the last back post single crochet. After that we need to crochet slip stitch into the first chain stitch at the beginning of this round. Our arches are visible at the back side of the work. Continue. 3 chains to bring up the yarn. Make 5 double crochet into the chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And double crochet through the single crochet of the previous round, like this. Continue 5 double crochet into the next chain space. 1, 2, let's repeat again, 3, 4, 5 and double crochet through the single crochet of the previous round. Keep working in this way till the end of this round. To complete this round, insert the hook into the third chain stitch at the beginning of this round by making a slip stitch. The central flower has a volume. It will be the central part of the element. Continue 4 chains to bring up the yarn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I will be working with puff stitch. Work it around treble crochet stitch. Make treble crochet through the next stitch. And now yarn over the hook, insert the hook around the post, grab the yarn, pull it through. Repeat the same 5 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. In total it should be 6 of them. Then yarn over the hook, pull through all loops on the hook, and make a chain to secure the puff stitch. Treble crochet through the next stitch, yarn over twice to work with treble crochet, and make treble crochet through the next stitch. And let's repeat. Puff stitch, work it around treble crochet. Make treble crochet through the next stitch, then yarn over the hook and pull up a loop 6 times. Yarn over the hook, insert the hook around the treble crochet, pull up a loop. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then yarn over, pull through all loops on the hook, and make a chain to secure the puff stitch, and treble crochet through the next stitch. Then puff stitch, work it around treble crochet. Make treble crochet into the next stitch, then yarn over and pull up a loop through 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and last time. Then yarn over and pull through all loops on the hook, and make a chain to secure the puff stitch. And I will alternate with treble crochet, puff stitch, work it around the treble crochet. Continue working in this way till the end of this round. Complete this round, insert the hook into the 4th chain stitch on the beginning of this round by making a slip stitch. Round is made, chain 3 to bring up the yarn, and make double crochet between chain and puff stitch. Then double crochet through the puff stitch, then double crochet between puff stitch and treble crochet, like this, and double crochet through the stitch of the previous round. Make double crochet between stitches, double crochet through the puff stitch, then double crochet between puff stitch and treble crochet, and double crochet into the stitch of the previous round. Double crochet between stitches, then double crochet through the puff stitch. I make some part of the element in this way, not whole round, and double crochet between puff stitch and treble crochet, and double crochet through the stitch. Continue, make double crochet between stitches, then double crochet through the puff stitch, then double crochet between puff stitch and treble crochet, and double crochet into the next stitch. I will be making arbitrary amount of the stitches. Once we have done an arbitrary amount of stitches in the row, make 2 chains to bring up the yarn. In this row I will alternate with front post and back post double crochet. Yarn over the hook, insert the hook around the next stitch from the front to the back, like this. Pull up a loop, pull through 2 loops twice to finish front post double crochet. Yarn over the hook and work with back post double crochet. Insert the hook around the next stitch from the back to the front. Pull up a loop, pull through 2 loops twice. And repeat again. Front post double crochet around the next stitch and back post double crochet around the next stitch. then front post around the next stitch and back post around the next stitch, front post, double crochet and back post, double crochet. Keep working in this way till the end of this row. I'm about to complete this row. The last is back post, double crochet. I make just double crochet into the chain. Let's look at the front side. As you can see, we do not work with whole motif. And this part is less than a half of the whole motif. As you can see the point that I finished to make stitches. At this point I will join other yarn. This is yarn with lurex. I insert the hook between stitch and puff stitch. Take the working yarn, pull it through by making a chain of 3 to bring up the yarn, and I will be making double crochet in other free part of the motif. Double crochet through the puff stitch, then double crochet between puff stitch and treble crochet, and double crochet through the stitch of the previous round. Double crochet between stitches, then double crochet into the stitch of the previous row, then double crochet between stitches and double crochet through the stitch of the previous row. Continue working in this way till the end of this row. Once we have done double crochet stitches, insert the hook under the chain where we began the row of the main color by making a slip stitch. Here what we have now. I will go back to this point. From this point we began the previous row. Insert the hook into the third chain stitch at the beginning. Join the new color of yarn. Make a chain, then a chain of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and treble crochet into the next stitch. Begin the Boolean block stitch. Yarn over, insert the hook around the post, pull up loop through 8 more times. Let's count. Yarn over the hook, insert the hook around the post, pull up a loop through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then yarn over, insert the hook into the stitch that came out of the treble crochet, pull up a loop through, then yarn over and pull through all loops on the hook. The Boolean block stitch is ready. Now make a chain to secure the Boolean block stitch. Continue the work. Then single crochet into the second stitch, we skip the next stitch and single crochet through the second stitch. As you can see, we have made 3D element. Make a chain of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now treble crochet into the next stitch, and now I will be making Boolean block stitch around this post. Make yarn over the hook and pull up a loop through 8 more times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and insert the hook into the stitch that came out of the treble crochet, pull up a loop, then yarn over, pull through all loops on the hook, make a chain to secure Boolean block stitch. we skip the next stitch and single crochet through the second stitch and repeat again. Make a chain of 4, make treble crochet through the next stitch. Now I will make Boolean block stitch. Yarn over the hook, pull up a loop through 8 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then yarn over the hook, insert the hook into the stitch that came out of the treble crochet, pull up a loop, then yarn over and pull through all loops on the hook and make a chain to secure the Boolean block stitch. Skip the next stitch and make single crochet through the second stitch. Boolean block stitch is done. We have done such 3D Boolean block stitches, and you should make Boolean block stitch over each treble crochet that we will be making in this row. We are finishing this row. Now make a slip stitch into the chain stitch that we made into the stitch. Let's look at the work. I don't remove the yarns. We continue the work on the back side. Turn the work to the back side. Now I insert the hook into the brown yarn. Make a chain and chain 3 more. 1, 2, 3. And single crochet into the chain space. Chain of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And single crochet into the next chain space. Chain of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And single crochet into the next chain space. Chain of 4. And single crochet through the next chain space. Continue working in this way till the end of this row. I'm about to complete this row. Here is the destination. We need to crochet more arches. Now a chain of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And single crochet into the chain stitch. The row is made. This is back side. And let's take a look at the front side. In the previous row I made the arches because these arches will be the base for the ruche pattern. Turn the work. Now I remove the hook, insert the hook into the other color of yarn. I continue the work from the point where I stopped before. Chain 2. Make a slip stitch into the chain space. Chain of 3 to bring up the yarn. And chain more by pattern. Now double crochet into the chain space. Chain and double crochet into the same chain space. Chain and double crochet, chain and make double crochet into the same chain space. Chain and double crochet into the same chain space. Chain and double crochet into the same chain space. Make a chain and double crochet into the next chain space. Double crochet and chain and double crochet into the same chain space. Chain and double crochet. Make a chain and double crochet. The fourth one, make the fifth one, chain and the sixth double crochet. Make a chain. As you can see, we have got ruches in this row. If you make 6 double crochet and you want ruches, so you need to make more double crochet in each chain space. Continue double crochet into the next chain space and chain 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and chain, and the last time and chain. Keep working in this way till the end of this row. Once we have done ruches, I remind you we made double crochet and chain 6 times into each chain space. Let's take a look at the front side. Here what we have at this point. I turn the work like this. Now insert the hook into the gray color of yarn. I didn't cut off it. Insert the hook into the next stitch by making a slip stitch. I will be working with this piece of work. I will crochet Tunisian stitch. Insert the hook into the next stitch and draw up a loop. And repeat again. We need to do 14 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In total it should be 14. And now let's make one more. This is 14. Now complete this stitch, yarn over and draw through the first loop. Then yarn over and draw through the next 2 loops. Then pull through 2 loops 14 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Now I will crochet on the front side of the work. For this, as you can see, our first stitch. This is front loop. And this is back loop. I insert the hook between these 2 loops like this and pull up a loop through. Insert the hook between 2 loops and pull up a loop through. I insert the hook between 2 loops, pull up a loop through. This is 3rd time. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and repeat again. Insert the hook between 2 loops, pull up a loop through. 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th. Then complete the stitch, yarn over and draw through the first loop. Then yarn over, pull through 2 loops 13 times. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. First row is done. Make one more row. I insert the hook between these two loops, pull up loop through 1, 2, make the third time into the next stitch, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 15. And to complete this stitch, yarn over the hook, pull through first loop, then yarn over the hook and pull through 2 loops 13 times, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Continue doing this arbitrary number of rows. Once I have done the Tunisian swatch, here how it looks. I already cut off the yarn, and we continue the work with other color of yarn. I'm going to work with this piece of work. It will be a row of reverse single crochet stitches. I'm working with front loops from the left to the right. Make a reverse single crochet into each front loop of the stitch of the previous row. Make first reverse single crochet. Insert the hook into the front loop, take the working yarn, pull it through by making reverse single crochet. Insert the hook into the front loop, take the working yarn, pull it through by making reverse single crochet. Make the third one, the fourth reverse single crochet. Continue the fifth, the sixth one, the seventh one, the eighth one. Keep working in this way till the Tunisian swatch. We did the reverse single crochet stitches till the Tunisian swatch. Insert the hook into the stitch that we started the Tunisian swatch and make a chain to bring up the yarn. Now let's make the wing. Here are our back loops. They are free, and here is a camel loop, or as called diagonal loop, of the third loop. Now insert the hook into the back loop and the camel loop and make a single crochet. Then insert the hook into the next back loop and camel loop, the single crochet, then half double crochet into the same 2 loops. Make double crochet into the next 2 loops, then double crochet through the next 2 loops, double crochet through the next 2 loops, and treble crochet into the same 2 loops. Continue treble crochet through the next 2 loops. I remind you we are working with back loop and camel loop. Treble crochet through the next 2 loops. Repeat again. Continue treble crochet through the next 2 loops. and continue treble crochet through the next 2 loops. I made the wing element. Make the second row of reverse single crochet stitches. Make reverse single crochet into each front loop of the stitch of the previous row, like this. Like this. Keep working in this way till the end of this row. I'm about to complete the row of reverse single crochet. Insert the hook into the stitch that we started the row from by making a slip stitch. The wing is ready. Now I will work with brown yarn. I cut off the other brown of yarn. I remind you that the front and back post was made of this yarn. I will begin from this point. Insert the hook into the back loop and the camel loop. Take the working yarn, pull it through. We are working with back and camel loops in this row. Make a chain, then single crochet through the next back and camel loops. Make the second single crochet into the same 2 loops. In this way, I begin the second wing. Then half double crochet through the next 2 loops and double crochet into the same 2 loops. Double crochet, continue double crochet, and repeat again double crochet through the next 2 loops. Treble crochet, treble crochet through the next 2 loops, and treble crochet into the same 2 loops. We are finishing this wing. Make treble crochet into the next 2 loops. The second wing is ready. Then I will make a row of reverse single crochet trim. Also you can make the wing of gray color and yarn with lurex. I continued the work, and as you can see I have done 2 more wings. Let's look at the scrumble motif now. We continue making the scrumble. As you can see the chain spaces that we made ruches into. I insert the hook between the stitches into the chain space like this and join the brown yarn. Take the working yarn, pull it through by making a chain. Make a chain of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Insert the hook into the stitch of the Tunisian swatch, and to secure the chain space, make a slip stitch. I did a chain space, then chain 2 to bring up the yarn. Skip this stitch and slip stitch into the next stitch. So I join it again. Then yarn over the hook, turn the work. This is back side of the motif, and make double crochet into this chain space. The amount of the double crochet stitches are arbitrarily. And let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and make the last one. chain 2 to bring up the yarn, turn the work to the front side, and I'm going to alternate with front post and back post double crochet. Make front post around the next stitch, now back post around the next stitch, repeat again front post around the next stitch and back post around the next stitch, front post double crochet and back post double crochet around the next stitch. Like this. Repeat again front post double crochet around the next stitch, now back post around the next stitch. Now I'm making one more post around the next stitch. This is front post. The row is done. Now I will attach to the Tunisian swatch. Make a slip stitch into the two loops of the stitch of the Tunisian swatch. At this point I would like to make a flower. Begin the flower, make a chain of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn the work in this way that the swatch will be at the right side, like this. Make a slip stitch into the first chain stitch. Well done. Now a slip stitch into the ring. We have made a ring. Now chain to bring up the yarn. 2 chains more by pattern. And make puff stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop 5 times. Yarn over the hook, insert the hook into the ring, pull up a loop to the level of the chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then yarn over, pull through all loops on the hook. To secure puff stitch, make a chain, 2 chains, and single crochet into the ring. The first petal is made. Continue, chain 2, and puff stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop 5 times. Yarn over the hook, insert the hook into the ring, pull up a loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then yarn over, pull through all loops on the hook, and to secure the puff stitch, make a chain, chain 2, and single crochet into the ring. We have already made 2 petals. You should crochet 3 more. I did 3 petals. Here what we have now. After the last single crochet that we made into the ring, make a slip stitch into the stitch of the Tunisian swatch. We have just joined it. Leave this yarn. Now I would like to make the second flower. For this, skip 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4. Insert the hook into the 5th. I'm gonna to make this flower of other yarn. Take the working yarn, pull it through, chain of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn the work in this way, like this, and make a slip stitch into the first chain stitch, then slip stitch into the ring, Continue the work. Chain to bring up the yarn and 2 chains by pattern. Now make a puff stitch, yarn over the hook, pull up a loop 5 times. Insert the hook into the ring, pull up a loop through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then yarn over the hook and pull through all loops on the hook. To secure the puff stitch, make a chain. The first petal is made. Pull up the working loop. I will join this petal to this ready petal of the first flower. Remove the hook, insert it into the puff stitch of the first flower. Take the working loop, pull it through. I joined them. 2 chains and single crochet into the ring. 2 chains and puff stitch. Yarn over the hook. Yarn over the hook, pull up a loop 5 times. 1, 3, 4, 5. Then yarn over and pull through all loops on the hook. To secure the puff stitch, make a chain. I don't join this petal in this case. 2 chains and single crochet into the ring. The second petal is ready. You should make such 3 more petals. I have completed the second flower. You can make the third exact flower on this side of the swatch. You can make the third exact flower on this side. I have done the third flower. Here how it looks at this point. We still need to continue. Now continue from this point. As you remember, we finished to make front post and back post here. Now insert the hook into the last stitch, turn to the back side, join the yarn of the same color. It will be a row of double crochet stitches. For this, chain 3 to bring up the yarn. 1, 2, 3. And make double crochet into each stitch of the previous row. Make the last double crochet into the chain stitch on the beginning. I will be joining other yarn. Chain 3 to bring up the yarn. Now I will make popcorn stitches. For the first popcorn you need 5. You need to make 5 double crochet. Make 5 double crochet through the next stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull up the working loop, remove the hook, insert it into the first double crochet. Take the working loop, pull it through to finish popcorn stitch. First popcorn is ready. Let's make the second one. Chain 3. We skip the next stitch and make 5 double crochet through the second stitch. Now 5 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pull up the working loop, remove the hook, insert it into the first double crochet, Take the working loop, pull it through to finish the popcorn. The second popcorn is ready. Let's repeat again. Chain 3, skip the next stitch and make 5 double crochet through the second stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Pull up the working loop, remove the hook, insert it into the first double crochet, take the working loop, pull it through to finish popcorn stitch. The third popcorn is made. We need to do 2 more such popcorn stitches. I have crocheted 2 popcorn stitches. Now I will join this row to the flower. Chain 2 and a slip stitch into the stitch of the second petal of the flower. We stop here and look at work. Continue. I take brown yarn, insert the hook into the stitches of the previous row and make chain 3 and 2 double crochet into the chain space. 1 and 2. Make 4 double crochet into the next chain space. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Continue 4 double crochet through the next chain space. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Keep this way till the end of this row. I'm about to complete this row. I did 3 double crochet into the last chain space. Now chain 2, bring up the yarn and make 1 more row of front post and back post double crochet. Make front post, then back post around the next stitch, then front post around the next stitch, back post, and front post. Continue back post and front post. Continue working in this way till the end of this row. I'm about to complete this row. Make the last double crochet into the chain stitch at the beginning. Now I would join this swatch to the scrumble. I put them together like this. Insert the hook into the chain space that we made ruches into. Make a slip stitch into this chain space. The motif is ready. In this freeform video tutorial, you have seen how to make triple colored scrumble element made in freeform technique. You can crochet other motifs in arbitrary order, alternating elements of the freeform technique. Thanks for watching.